In this video, I'm going to be going over a brief summary of what is a story plot arc. So a story plot arc is pretty much explaining the way the story begins, when you get to the middle and all the action, and then the resolution, the ending. So it's comprised of exposition, inciting incident, then you go to rising action, to the climax, then you get the falling action, and then the resolution, which the resolution usually leaves it a little bit better than the beginning, with more closing some of the holes in the character's life through the character arc while you're going through the plot arc. What is exposition? Exposition is kind of the backstory that's leading up to your current story. It's information that the reader, or if you're writing a script, that the viewers need to understand or know about the character, but a lot of it is kind of leading up to it. Again, a lot of people use exposition through dialogue, which is never the best way to do it if it's not done naturally. You got to do natural dialogue to get exposition out there. You don't want to just have exposition dump through dialogue and make it so boring where it's just like, nobody talks like that, right? So my tip for exposition is don't just dialogue dump exposition. Make it flow naturally, make it flow the way that normal people would talk, how it would come up in a conversation, or how you can easily guide it in there, or why a memory would pop up, or something to show more of the character, to give more information to the reader or the viewer about that character or about the plot that's going on. What is inciting incident? So inciting incident is the incident that jumpstarts the character onto their journey. It's that one point in the beginning of the story that sets your character off. So we can use Iron Man as an example. When Iron Man thinks he's this awesome guy and he's selling his weapons and thinking he's doing good, but when he gets attacked by the seven rings and he's almost dies, his eyes are open to like, oh my god, like what I'm doing is actually causing my weapons are being used against our own people, and his eyes are finally open. That's when he makes the Iron Man suit. He builds this big old thing, and now he's like, it's my duty to protect pretty much Earth at that time, protect his country from what he just dealt with. And so because of that, the inciting incident is that moment he's captured. Because if he wasn't captured there, the Iron Man suit would have never been made. He never would have seen his weapons being used against the US. So that incident started him on his journey as Iron Man. What is rising action? So rising action is all of the conflict in the story, in the script, in the movie. Everything after the inciting incident, right? The inciting incident, once again, is the incident that jumpstarts your character onto the journey. So once that character's on the journey, everything after that, up until you get, which is the next one, the climax, is all that conflict building up. All that rising action is conflict that's building up until you get your climax. So remember, rising action is all the conflict. Remember, here's a tip. Make sure that the journey for the hero is not easy. People want to see drama. People want to see failure. People want to see these characters broken, because when you get towards the resolution falling out, action, they want to be like, oh, I'm so happy they made it. Oh, it was so hard to get there, right? You can't make the journey easy. Make that character suffer so there's a great payoff at the end of the book or movie. What is climax? So climax is going to be the most action part of your book or movie. And it doesn't mean action like fighting or anything like that. It could also just mean this is where all the it leads up to the falling action. This is where all the conflict is at its heightened spot. Rather, right in Iron Man, you have Tony Stark getting the thing, his arc in his chest ripped out and left for dead until he is able to come back. That leads up to the climax because guess what? Right after that, you have that big battle with Obadiah Stane. And Tony Stark, and that is the climax. That one actually has action, right? The fighting and stuff, but it also shows that this is where everything is kind of going to come to a conclusion with all the problems that he's facing, which is the Seven Rings, where Obadiah Stane took care of all of them, but now it's just this guy trying to kill Tony Stark and take over his company, and you have this big action scene, and that is what will lead to the falling action, which, quick hint, resolves all the conflict. What is falling action? So falling action is where the protagonist is at their happiest, right? This is when all the conflict is finally resolved, and pretty much if there's any plot holes or anything else that's missing, they use exposition of dialogue to kind of fill in all of the blanks, everything that's kind of left open, they kind of close it. So if you look at Iron Man, the falling action is him being briefed before he goes on to say what happened from Stark Tower, right before his whole battle, or after the battle with Obadiah Stane. People want to know, so he's about to have a press conference about it, and the falling action is them pretty much explaining like, okay, so he's gone, we did this, we're no longer to the strategic everything else, we're called Shield now, and so they kind of close everything to make it solve all the conflicts, to make a resolution for all of it, and that is where it leads to the resolution, and that's what it's going to be in the next video. What is resolution? So resolution is pretty much finishing off your story, finishing off your movie completely, whether it's for your script. And what you want to do is you want to remember the resolution can either be like a happily ever after kind of moment, or you can use a little cliffhanger, that's what I like to do in most of my stuff, to leave it open for a next part of your book or next part of your movie, short film, whatever you want to do. I like to use that mostly. It's hard because if you're not going to continue working it and you leave your book kind of open and there's no going to be any real resolution by the end of your trilogy or whatever you're going to do, it's kind of like it leads the readers on, and it makes them not really trust in you as an author. I know someone that has done that, and they lead this whole amazing adventure just to have a really bad ending. And it affects a lot of readers who are so excited just to have something kind of thrown back in their face. So remember, resolution can be either happily ever after or use cliffhangers to keep them wanting more. But remember, you do want to end up eventually finishing it off with a real resolution, whether it's a happy one or a sad one, but just end it after all.